Hello and welcome to the podcast. It's been a while, but we are back again after a long pause, but we missed us, so we had to come back. So how have you been, Tony?
Very well, thank you, Anita. It has been a long time since the last one, hasn't it? It's very disgraceful of us, but we are back, and I guess we're going to try and do this regularly again from now onwards because it's a brilliant, fun thing to do.
Yes, definitely. I think our aim was to make you miss us so that we would come back and have a lot of people eagerly waiting for a new one.
I must confess, I haven't seen our inbox overflowing with people asking us to come back. Well, that's not quite true. I have had a couple of people say that they're missing the podcast and when's it coming back. So
there you go.
There is people out there missing us. It's good. It's good. So on the show this time, we are going to have just a general chat, a bit of a catch up about all things musical and culture. And we've also got 4 new releases from local artists that we're just going to quickly talk through and play little clips from. And then towards the end of the show, I'm going to slip in an interview I did on Voice FM with local band Minus Alive and their new song, which is quite interesting as well. So that's what we're going to do today. But yeah, first of all, should we just talk through some of the musical and cultural bits that we're doing? First up, I believe you've got a very exciting new thing coming up. You're going to do a radio show at the end of this month, though.
Yeah, I was invited to take part in a radio show. It's a London radio station called Riverside Radio. And Isa, who is one of the local poets, he actually started Write a Note. He does this regularly with Andy Bungay. And he has invited... Isa was meant to have gone there earlier, but with the pandemic, it never happened. But now it's decided it's going to be on Zoom, and he invited me to co-host with the two of them. And the aim of those 3 hours, it's a really long show. It's to take all the talent, music, and not only music, and poetry as well, from Southampton and the surrounding areas and take it to a wider audience. So we're going to have Dan O'Farrell, the Dead Freights, Lady Nade, Jimmy B and the Death Rattles, the Fake Shakes. There's going to be many, many more. It's 3 hours. So join us. It's on the... A lot of music, a lot of poetry. That will be on the 27th of March from 11 p.m.
11 p.m. Wow, that's a late night.
Yes, it's a late night. Have a nap. Have a nap in the afternoon, and then you'll be treated to some poetry and music.
I will definitely be listening. Is there a catch up again function to listen again function afterwards?
I think there will be, yeah.
Just in case some of us fall asleep during it because it's very late and past our bedtimes.
Yes.
And you've also had a couple of writer notes, I think, since we last did one of these podcasts with some interesting musical guests.
There were some writer notes, and what I've thought when the year started, since we are still on lockdown and we're carrying on Zoom, might as well take advantage and get some guests that I wouldn't normally be able to get in Southampton in real life. So I had a poet from London called Bella Cox, and she was wonderful. She does some loops as well when she performs poetry, and that was wonderful. And I had March UK playing for us last month. This month, it's going to be a friend of mine. He lives in Manchester. I met him in Lisbon, and he's a singer-songwriter called James Andrew Warner. I will create a Facebook event shortly. And it will be nice to have someone who would be really difficult to come over and perform for a group of poets, and that he can do so on Zoom. So that will be wonderful.
That's brilliant. Yeah, you mentioned March there as well. I think I've been seeing on her social media that there's new music coming this month, which is kind of, I guess, it's March and there's new music from March, which is brilliant. That's very exciting.
I received a message from her today, and I think it takes you to a link of something that she's been doing. I didn't have a look at it yet, but yeah, there's definitely something coming out from her. Yeah, so what kind of things have you been doing? You're carrying on with your radio shows as well?
Yeah. So been doing the radio shows now on Voice FM on Wednesdays at 7 o'clock and on The Bear, www.thebear.live on Fridays at 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock. So yeah, that's been very good actually. I sort of know now, I think after, 4 months now, I'm sort of getting the hang of how to do it. It's starting to sound like a real radio show, I think. And there's just so much amazing music out there. I didn't realise quite how much brilliant music there is out there from bands that I've never heard of before. And I've been absolutely blown away, actually. I've got more songs than I can possibly play on a radio show. How people like Ed Sheeran get famous, that there's so many people better than him out there. So.
But you also have another exciting project yourself, don't you?
Micromusic is expanding its musical empire even further. So there is now a YouTube channel as well. If you go onto the Micromusic social media, there's links to the channel on there, or micromusic.co.uk. You can find a link there as well. There's currently 2 videos up there, which is so each episode has 2 videos from new artists, and there's some brilliant ones actually. So the last one just went live this last Monday, just gone, and it features a fabulous singer-songwriter from Manchester called Ade Fabola and his beautiful song called Something Good. And then it also features an artist called Innes and a song called Better Job, which was all about our lovely Chancellor calling musicians unviable jobs last year. So it's a rather righteous, angry, quite powerful song. So jump on to the brand new Micromusic YouTube channel and watch those videos and sign up there as well.
Wow, yeah, that's really exciting.
So should we get on with the show? The next part of the show, we're going to introduce some new music to you. So these are all local artists, or in one case, partially local artists. And let's see what we've got to offer from the Southampton area since we last spoke at Christmas.
The first artist I have to introduce to you is Hale, and it's a Southampton-based symphonic rock singer. This is a fourth single called I Can't Breathe, which was released in February this year. This song comes after the success of Hale's third single, A Stain in Time, released mid-2020, which received critical acclaim and radio airplay both locally and internationally.
It bends and it breaks me, abandoned and weak.
Next up, we have Billy Bly, an indie electronic artist also from Southampton. His debut single came out on the 16th of February. It was written and produced in his own home studio at the start of last year and explores the emotional turbulence and feelings of apprehension behind momentous choices. It's a chilled electronic style and it has quite personal melancholic lyrics. This is Billy Bly, Inertia.
It's just inertia holding you back. You can break apart and shatter all the lies, they never mattered, yeah, it's inertia keeping you down. You can break a heart and never know if actions hold the answers.
The next new release is by a band called Dead Scientists, and they're split between Chester and Southampton. The band initially formed in 2008. This song, Universal Fade, explodes the jarring and often guilt-induced struggle with the depression and anxiety during the summer seasons. With the summer sun comes the expectation that it will somehow solve our incomprehensible lows. Instead, it reflects on those anxious moments as you try to embrace and cling on to glimmers of summer light that just may make your world seem better.
this episode, we have an artist we've featured a few times on this podcast now. This is Jim Chorley with his beautiful new song, Fly Swift, Little Sparrow.
Through the falling of a hole left in a dream, in the laughter ever after, in the corner of a room, in the dust left from a lifetime, in the phases of a moon. Fly swift, little sparrow, for there may not be a tomorrow. In a pebble, kept forever, as it keeps taking a box down a pathway on an old day, and a word that never was.
So the last part of this episode is going to be my interview I did with local band Minus Alive. It was a few weeks ago now. I recorded it for Voice FM, and this was the almost premiere of their new single, Amen to the Storytellers. I say almost premiere because in the end BBC Introducing got there first, but that's life. Anyway, this is a short interview and then part of the song. Minus Alive with Amen to the Storytellers.
We're Minus Alive. I'm Robin.
I'm Ollie from Minus Alive.
And we try to create anthemic yet honest and unifying music with a bit of an emphasis on human connection, really.
Yeah, we've always been kind of like big on our feelings, you know?
Yeah.
We're a bunch of guys with a load of feelings.
That's quite reassuring in these modern times as well. So
yeah,
is that something
certainly.
you've not seen much of on the music scene then?
No, I think more and more people are getting more artists I've found are getting more in touch with, like, I don't know, being more open and honest with each other. I think like especially at the moment, it's really important. It's definitely really important to sort of be aware of everyone's feelings and your own feelings at the moment. So that's kind of like always the message we've always tried to be about, is kind of just a sort of a unity in the fact that we're all in this sort of weird, wacky world together. So we might as well be supportive and understanding of each other during the whole thing.
If you could give people listening one piece of advice then on that front, what would it be?
I don't know. I think it's not to ignore things like that. It's always to, there's always someone else out there feeling the same. There's always other people with the same mindset of you, even if you might think that you're alone in a certain situation or about something. And it's just important to be honest with each other, talk to each other about that, talk to your friends, your family, or just, we found even with doing what we do, you find each other through things like this, through music. So find a little outlet that means something to you and can sort of bring you a nice catharsis in life, and then don't let go of it, because that's what gets us through everything, isn't it, really?
So the main reason we got you on the show this week was because you've got a new song coming out. Did you want to just explain a little bit about your new song to us?
This song's called Amen to the Storytellers. It was written sort of as a result of the way this last year obviously has affected the creative industry and a lot of people in the world anyway, but we wanted to sort of gear this at the creatives of the world, and we wanted a sort of a song that would be just a message of solidarity for our industry, for everyone out there. So we wanted to include a load of our fellow creatives in it. So we've got this, we've got a choir, we put together a choir, but socially distanced, much like we're doing now, sort of over Zoom and over these sort of things, where we just got loads of people we know from like the local music scene to be involved in the video and in the recording. So you've got this big choir that we've written of all these people recording their parts from home. So hopefully that comes across really well when you guys all listen to it.
Can you name some names of people in this choir? I'm curious now.
There's a lot. There's actually too many to name, I would say. We got a really good response from everybody. But it's lots of people from Southampton, like not just musicians, but like people in the arts, lots of people who have been affected quite badly by the past year, who just wanted to sort of put their voice into it. Performance-wise, obviously, there's us. There's our bass player, Max, who wasn't able to be here today, and our producer, Chris Linden, who has been taking on drumming duties, along with lots of other things. But we've got a music video coming out on the 22nd with the release of the song, and a lot of those people are in there. So we'd say best thing to do is to sort of watch it and see who you recognise.
See your local favourites, yeah.
And if people want to see your video or hear your song, where is the best place?
I'd say our socials are all just at Minus Alive. They're pretty easy to find. We're on Spotify, Apple Music, all the big streaming names.
We're going to be putting it, so yeah, as of next Friday, it'll be out just everywhere.
we've got it covered.
We got it covered.
What other plans have you got in 2021 as a band?
So obviously we kind of spent basically the last since the start of March, a little bit earlier than that. We've been remotely writing together. So we've got just complete heaps of new material we're going to be releasing over sort of gradually over the course of 2021. So hopefully, not hopefully, definitely, you'll be seeing a lot more of us. Because we've kind of been quiet for a while. After we did our last tour was back in August 2019. So we haven't done anything for a while then. So this is like, we want to sort of really hit the ground running with a load of our new material, which we're super, super excited to basically get out into the world and to sort of show everyone what we've been feeling and doing for the last year or so. So yeah, hopefully you will enjoy listening to it when it comes out, and that'll be like as much as we've enjoyed making it. And that'll be, so just keep an eye on all of our social stuff, really, like all the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. We'll be regularly updating everyone with when stuff's coming out, which we're pretty excited to do, I think.
With all that in mind, we should listen to it.
Woo. Sounds good.
This nightmare's growing thin. Don't wanna die without saying something. Scratch the words into my skin so that I remember everything. Say a prayer for the broken hearted. Only alive 'cause we keep believing in something, in something. Oh, If we die, then we die together. We'll say amen to the storytellers. When I die, I want you by my side. 'Cause we won't stop preaching from the backseats of bright lights and daydreams.
Well, we've reached the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening. It's been nice being back and to listen to some brilliant music again and to chat with my fabulous co-host, Anita. We will be back on a more regular basis, hopefully. And we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was great to be back, and we will be back again soon. Thank you.